Plus.
Welcome to Cellmates 30 Days of Plus. This is day 14.
Day 14.
I am Dick Ward.
I'm Kate Phillips.
And this is a 30-day, daily,
unpaid,
month-long exploration of everything. Or like 30 things Plus. On Disney Plus.
Yeah, usually daily unless there's some kind of error and 2 days get released at once. Sorry about that, everyone.
And we always only record these episodes once. We never accidentally delete them.
Record over them with the next day and have to record them again. That never happens either.
That didn't happen this time.
Nope.
For sure.
Definitely not. This is the first time we're talking about High School Musical, the musical, the series. Definitely the first time.
Yep. So,
guys, this is going really well.
This is going as intended.
A 30-day series doesn't make you go crazy. It doesn't. It's great.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
You know what though? I've got a good partner in this. Yeah.
Would you say we're like the Troy and Gabriella of podcasting?
I'd
or
say
the new girl and old ex-boyfriend that we don't know the names of on
I would
the show?
say more that I am the Pikachu and you are the detective hat.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's better.
I know. I made you a hat, but
I appreciate it.
It's great.
That's fine.
Okay, so let's get into this.
High School before we do though.
Before we do.
We learned a fun fact about before we do. All right. So we got yesterday or the day before, depending on whether you
day 13
adhered to the daily or just ate up the episodes when they accidentally got released. Yesterday's episode was DuckTales, new DuckTales, and I received a text from listener of the podcast, friend of the podcast, and guest of the podcast, Serena.
Serena, you will know from our Shark Tale / The Reef episode.
Yes, that worked.
Where she discussed at length William Smith. Her favorite and kind of probably. Anyway, it's a great episode.
She loves Will Smith.
Absolutely listen to it. It's very fun.
So this is from Serena.
Yeah.
I'm listening to your DuckTales episode, mostly because Ben Schwartz is Bay. But important to mention, apparently Dewey is named after her fiance's family.
Yeah.
From him, quote, Huey, Dewey, and Louie were names of Walt Disney's friends. Dewey being my great-grandfather. That's the story anyway. So
awesome.
So we did some research, and this is all true. Assuming that her fiance's great grandfather is the former governor of New York.
Yep.
What was this? Dewey.
His name was Dewey Decimal.
That's correct. So that's amazing.
So we're basically best friends with Walt Disney,
and basically Ben Schwartz is in her family, or will be once they get married, because he's the Dewey. Ben Schwartz is Dewey.
Dewey.
Anyway, so we learned something new. If we thought this 30 days was going to be in vain, it's not, because at least we learned something interesting.
That's right.
On day 13 and a half.
That's right, podcast listener. One of our friends' great-grandfather's
is Dewey.
This is probably more exciting for us than the listener.
I think it's very fun for everyone
we're
involved.
Excited.
And Serena's probably going to be listening. So, hey, Serena, thanks for the fun fact.
Boom. Thanks, Serena.
So back to High School, the musical, the series.
Dick,
what did you know about this before going into it?
Well, I'll tell you what I thought I knew about this. First, I thought that High School Musical, the series, was about Kristen Bell going to people who were in high school musicals and then helping to restage them.
And specifically, what musicals would they be staging?
Oh, I don't know. But I assumed High School Musical would be one of them.
Oh, okay. So you didn't think it was going to be like all sorts of high schools who did the High School Musical.
No, that
like
would
it's
get
not
old
just a bunch of
fast.
like Troy and Gabriella's
Yeah.
recreating their roles. Okay.
So I was wrong about that, but I'm also wrong about Encore because Kristen Bell is basically not involved.
Basically not involved.
So then, once I realized it wasn't that, I thought this was a show taking place in the High School Musical universe, the HSMU, as we call it. And I thought it would be like, oh, this is that school 10 years later, and they're doing a musical about that. About that musical. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be that kind of meta, but it's a different kind of meta. So, Kate,
Wait, what is the musical that High School Musical puts on?
Yep.
Cool. So we've both seen High School the Musical, and we don't know what musical it was.
Yeah.
Because it's...
Did you call High School the Musical?
It's really... There's too many colons and subtitles and articles in this title, so I don't really know.
So, what did you think you were getting yourself
inaccurate.
into?
Oh, yeah. So I also thought it might be based on the descriptions. It's like the theater department at the school that High School Musical was filmed in is putting on High School Musical. So I thought it was like a deep dive.
You thought it was like a documentary.
I thought it was like a deep dive into one of an episode that would make Kristen Bell's show Encore. I thought it was like, let's see the musical process from beginning to end. No, it's none of those things. It is a scripted show that I think the best way to describe it is Glee, but worse.
Yeah, Glee with office cutaways. Wait, did Glee have those?
No.
So it's Glee with office cutaways.
Like mockumentary style.
Less singing.
Yeah, less singing.
And more social media.
Yeah. So the premise of the scripted show.
All right, let's break it down as easily as possible.
A new drama teacher is hired by the school who is not Kristen Chenoweth.
So now hold on. Is this the school from the movie?
This is the school the movie was filmed in, both in the universe and the sets are that Disney apparently owns a high school where they film all their high school stuff. Because like the cafeteria does look like the...
So in the universe of this show.
Yes.
The movie exists.
The movie exists.
But it is not real. It's just a movie.
Right.
So this is students that happen to go to the high school where this was filmed.
Yeah.
That is how it is tied in.
But like timeline-wise, they would have been 5.
And they like grew up watching High School Musical.
Right.
And their school is going to be putting on a stage version of High School Musical.
Yes. With a new drama teacher.
With a new drama. I just wanted to get out that as simply as possible so we could understand.
It, and it is still confusing.
So a new drama teacher comes to town.
Who is not
it's Kristen Chenoweth.
But what was your...
It's Kristen Chenoweth, but she's all stretched out.
She's all stretched out. Why is she stretched out? Well, turns out...
Her proportions are different than Kristen Chenoweth's.
Yeah.
But she looks and acts like Kristen Chenoweth.
Turns out it's Kate Reindeers.
Do you know? Do you recall the most famous reindeers of all?
No, and once I saw that, I went, oh, because she was like the third Glinda in Wicked.
Yeah.
So
which
basically,
was a part Kristen Chenoweth originated.
Basically, she is doing a Kristen Chenoweth.
And she's doing a good job.
She's doing a good job.
With the material she's given.
Yeah, I hate the character, but she's fine.
Yeah. Kristen, I will say, Kristen Chenoweth kind of plays a Miss Piggy role a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, anyone that's cast in a Kristen Chenoweth role, you're going to not like their characters.
It's interesting that these two, like, musical theater, either real or scripted documentaries, both, like, kind of take an antagonistic perspective of musical theater.
Yeah.
Like, I get skewering and parroting, but, like, both Encore and this show start out by kind of making you hate the people who love musical theater in the show.
Making fun of the people. So, this show, which is kind of a musical, but more...
There were 2 musical numbers. Well, yeah.
But they were both, like, in-universe. So they weren't, like, musical. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this show, which is about a musical, we kind of, like, the people who are good on this show are, like, the main girl and the main guy who are
you
just
mean
like
good talented or good
who are
on
like
the side of good, not evil?
who are on the side of good
Okay.
are these two students.
Yeah.
Who are like they used to date but they broke up. The bad guys are
there's only
ostensibly the bad guys of the show. The people that the show presents as people that you are not on their side are the STEM teacher. Apparently, he teaches all STEM.
So it's the Jane Lynch aggregate or not aggregate. What do I want to say? Cognate.
Yeah.
But like Jane Lynch is a funny like gym teacher. Like
yeah.
It's kind of a trope on Glee already, but they do it really well. This is just a STEM teacher.
But also, he's a STEM teacher?
And
he teaches science, technology, engineering and math?
Yeah.
Also, he looks like Jordan Peele if Jordan Peele was like 15.
Yeah. He looks very young.
He's way too young to be teaching.
He looked younger than some of the actors who are portraying high school students.
Yeah, it's weird.
And he's like like, oh, you think you're going to come in here and do theater? Theater is an important STEM.
But also,
and like, why are you making STEM the villain in 2019? We needed both. But
also the theater teacher seems like she's, we're supposed to dislike her.
That's unclear too.
Because she's too enthusiastic. And also she's like kind of into high school boys.
Yeah, that's problematic. And it's unclear if she has a teaching degree. Like, she's a former actress and director. She doesn't seem to know too much about educational theater, and yet she has an office, and she's in charge of kids. If it's after school, she may not need a degree or a license, but that part is unclear.
We are also supposed to dislike all of the actors in the show, in the musical show, for trying too hard and being really good at dancing.
Yeah, there's like a new girl who like that's so it like plays with some of the like plots and characters of High School Musical. So there's like a new girl, kind of like Vanessa Hudgens' character, except for she doesn't get Gabriella, and she does seem legitimately talented, but we're supposed to kind of see her as a snob. But she's a transfer student who's a sophomore, and that's not easy to do when you're in high school. Why would we hate her?
And like we're introduced to like the rehearsals, and there's like all these amazing dancers, and we're kind of supposed to not like them.
Yeah.
And then we're also, it seems like we're not supposed to like the new boyfriend of our lead, but the new boyfriend is handsome and talented. And he's into theater, which the old boyfriend isn't. And he's incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
He's so great.
So what happens is you've got girl lead and ex-boyfriend who they dated for a year. They went on a break over summer because ex-boy got like overwhelmed.
She said, I love you. And he was like, ah.
In a song that she posted to Instagram. Insta. Sorry. So he freaked out. They take a break over the summer. She meets this new guy at theater camp. And like, he also goes to this school. And they're going to try out for the musical together. And like, he's super talented, so he's supposed to get the lead. And then ex-boyfriend who like hates musicals.
Who hates theater.
Apparently is like, no, I was wrong. I need to get my girlfriend back, so I'm going to audition for this musical and study up on Troy.
He comes into the audition late. He interrupts.
Yeah.
He sings a song that she wrote for him.
The one that she posted on Insta.
And then he does like a weird monologue, which I guess is from the original or something. But it seems like it's just him talking and about how much he loves her.
Right.
It's invasive.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thing to do. And she, like, rebukes him.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is going to end up with them together, and I hate it.
There's a little awareness. So then he gets the part of Troy. And so that, again, is like a meta rehash of High School Musical where Zac Efron's character, the jock, gets the lead. But yeah, so it is aware.
Sorry, I wasn't yawning because I'm tired. I was yawning because I'm bored of High School, the musical series. Just to be clear.
So this new boyfriend is not quite cast as a villain. Like, he doesn't do anything that's like Gaston-y. Like, he's just really nice.
Yeah.
And so we're maybe supposed to like this ex-boyfriend, but I don't, but he's not really matured yet.
He kind of sucks.
And the girl, it seems like she wants to be more mature. Maybe she isn't yet, but like she's trying to make her own choices and stand up for herself, which I appreciate. And this whole thing, I think I'm just too old to like treat high school dramas seriously. Mm-hmm. It's like, I get it feels real when you're in high school, but then you get a few years and you're like, oh, this is all dumb. Like,
which, by the way, I read a review of Encore that watched the first episode and they loved it. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like some of the things that we hated in the second episode were not present in the first episode. So I'm going to revisit that series at some point.
That's probably a good idea.
And probably I mean, obviously we're going to watch the Ragtime one.
Yeah.
But I do want to, I'm going to revisit that series at some point and just try out another episode and see if the high school drama is gone.
Yeah. But this is being set in a high school. This is all high school drama. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's the same reason I can't really do West Side Story or Romeo and Juliet now. Because I'm like, you're 16. None of this is as important as you're making it. And I'm not invested. I want to talk with this nurse more. She seems to know what's up.
The nurse and the friar are the best characters.
Except the adult characters in this show are also shitty and horrible. High school dramatic. So I don't know who to anchor
Romeo
myself
and Juliet
to.
Is overly dramatic, but you've got those characters. Like
and
the nurse who's just like, oh,
it's highly possible that Shakespeare meant it as kind of satire, and then it's just been interpreted wrong for hundreds of years.
Because if you play it funny, it's hilarious. Uh-huh. It's like, okay, idiot kids are doing their thing, and the nurse is great. Yeah, she's the best character in the show.
Yeah, we don't have a nurse. So it's just and I don't know, Dick. Do you have any background with Glee? You don't.
I watched 10 minutes of the Rocky Horror episode, and then I was like, "Oh, I hate this." Thanks, Glee.
I watched several seasons. I didn't watch all of it. I thought the first 2 seasons were quite good. I enjoyed it a lot, and it was campy, but in a way where it was very aware of its campiness. Mm-hmm. It's Ryan Murphy, so it's going to be campy one way or another. I just think he got kind of snowballed into himself in later seasons, and tried to make it too self-important. But, especially the pilot of Glee, makes me laugh out loud several times. I haven't seen it in years, so maybe not as much now. But,
we'll have to try it.
The Lea Michele character delivers a line, something, someone's like, well, it's show choir. It's not, show choir is not ironic at all. And
you mean Lea Michele of Ragtime fame?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe they got her.
And, Jane Lynch's antagonist character is legitimately funny and it's great. Glee is fun and I think it's fun that they're pulling their musical numbers from different source materials, both Broadway and pop worlds. And this show is, from what I've read and what we saw, it's going to be either High School Musical songs or original songs, and I guess that's fine.
Which I already know the High School Musical songs. Mm-hmm. I've seen them done by the original cast.
And they're done pretty well.
I don't need to see them again.
I'm not the biggest High School Musical fan, but there are some really good...
I
enjoy
that lunchroom song is a banger.
The what?
The lunchroom song.
No. Stick to the stuff you know.
Quo.
Yeah. They say that line too later. Right. I interchange it when I'm singing. And dancing basketballs, that's fun.
That's fun. Yeah, it's a cool rhythmic choreography. Mm-hmm. It's really it's cheesy and it's not my favorite thing. Yeah. I watched it. It was fine. But I liked Sharpay.
Yeah.
And the kid that I thought was Kieran Culkin the entire time.
Lucas.
And I liked that song. I liked the basketball song. There was some fun stuff where they were getting a little arch with it and getting a little campy, and it was fun.
Yeah.
This show reminds me of all the things I hated in Smash, which I did watch, where it's a bunch of backstabbing and drama and stuff. I'm like, no, just do a choreography.
Yeah.
Show me stuff about making the musical. I don't care about this.
And that's the thing is that the auditions were not all well executed in terms of the scripting, but that was maybe the most interesting part.
Yes.
Like just seeing random people sing and dance.
Yeah, I wanted to see the auditions. You know
we
what,
just
Kate?
like musicals.
I feel like the next thing we watch should be like a little more behind the scenes, a little bit more of an exploration of what goes into making something.
Like storytelling and art and imagination and engineering combined.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Cool. I'll do some research. We'll see what we can come up with.
I don't think that's really a Disney thing.
Right? It seems...
But let's see if we can find
more of a High School Musical thing. Anyway, Dick, is there something that you would pair with this show?
No. Yeah. What did I say last time? Not that we recorded this episode
and then accidentally deleted it.
Did I have something?
You did. You had multiple things.
Oh.
I'll say my thing. So
okay. Maybe that'll refresh me.
I've already said it. The pilot of Glee.
Yeah.
Like, it's funnier, and I think it does everything better. Just watch Glee instead. It's less of a pairing and more of a replacement.
Yeah.
It's not on Disney Plus, but one day.
Oh, Community. There's a Community episode where they get like abducted by the show choir, and it's very, very fun because or they get like indoctrinated into the show choir,
like a cult. Okay.
Yeah, it's really fun. They talk about regionals a lot. No one's clear on what that is.
Oh, okay. So it's a Glee parody.
It's a Paraglee.
Yeah, Paraglee. Yeah.
Paraglee.
Cool.
Yep.
That's not on Disney Plus, but one day.
I mean, eventually.
It's on Hulu,
which
is kind of Disney Plus.
Yeah, basically
owned
Disney
by...
Plus. So, hey, thanks for listening. It was a pleasure to be listened to by you.
The musical, the series.
The series. Stick tuned.
Stick tuned.
Stay tuned for more episodes of Cellmates Podcast, 30 Days of Plus. We've got a bunch more
stuff.
We have some interesting things planned. We have some fun shows coming up. We have some more fun shows coming up.
Yeah.
And if dug myself into a hole,
you'd like to keep track of us and all those other episodes, we're Cellmates Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, at gmail.com, regular.com, not Insta. No, don't go. We have not written a song that says I love you.
Don't go breaking my Instagram.
We're too old for this.
We're too old for this.
But anyway, hashtag 30 Days of Plus, and we are...
Kate, did you know that the hashtag is actually a symbol named an octothorpe?
A pound sign?
Yeah.
Tic-tac-toe?
It's an octothorpe.
Well, with that, I'm Kate Phillips.
I'm Dick Octothorpe.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Plus.